Okay guys, so welcome back to another one here on the channel. Today is a 1 week review of my BMW M135i. It's no secret of the fact that I'm absolutely in love with this car. I've done a video on why I actually have it, because it was as random to you as it was to me. I've had it for just over a week now, but we'll call it the 1 week anyway. I'm going to be talking about the standard things I always talk about with all my cars, and that is power, comfort, handling and fuel economy. I think they're four pretty important things when buying a car. I have got a first drive coming out on this car soon, talking about essentially how the journalists were wrong, but we'll talk about that another time. Let's start with the power. Let's start with liking and subscribing. If you do enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. It does mean more than you think. Obviously I do this for me, for my enjoyment, but I think I push it a bit more for the content. I don't know if I'd quite have this exact car if I didn't think I could make some content on it. So any support is appreciated. I truly do appreciate everything. I'm going to start with comfort, because that is essentially that was the selling point of the car for me. So the interior just sold it for me. I think the outside does look nice, contrary to popular belief, but the interior sold it for me. I think it is so sick. So talking about comfort, these seats, oh my god, they are absolutely amazing. So you've got an adjustment here which can squeeze the side bolsters, which just makes it 10 times more comfy. Obviously mine are like the cloth Alcantara seats. They're so soft, so nice. I haven't even had to put the heating on yet, but I presume they do what they're supposed to do. I think they look sick as well, and yeah, they're so nice. The steering wheel is like so soft, and it's quite chunky as well. It's quite nice to hold. Everything feels right, like the pedals are in the right place. I know that might sound weird if you haven't driven a lot of cars, but there's some cars, they genuinely do not make sense. I'm on 742 miles and I've got a trapped nerve in my back, and I can happily say I haven't had pain once in this car. It is such a comfortable car. You'd hope so for the price, but no, comfort wise, I'm very impressed. Now we're going to be talking about power, which is controversial. And obviously this has got the B48 engine, which I think is from like the Mini Cooper S or something. Yes, it's not the old one series, the 3-litre B58 rear wheel drive thing, but it's not trying to be. I'd understand if they made it to be a rear wheel drive car and it came out a bit naff and it doesn't drive properly, but it's not trying to be that car at all. Power and handling kind of come into the same thing. Obviously it's a 4-wheel drive 4-cylinder car, 306 horsepower, 450 torques. It moves, it definitely moves. Obviously you've got Eco Pro, which I do like to enjoy. Nice and smooth, nice and effortless, but when you slap it into sport, it changes so nice. The gearbox is bliss, absolutely bliss. Everyone I've taken out in this car I have surprised. I think they're definitely impressive. I don't know why this car gets so much hate online. I think it's because it's not the old one, but the old one's so outdated. Like, I mean, like going back to the interior, the old one isn't even similar to that. Obviously this isn't like best of the best out of all the cars in the world, but you compare it to the old one, and the old one is just so old. Power is incredible. Handling is nice as well. Obviously these don't have adaptive suspension or anything, so that was a bit of a talking point again for the journalists. I've had quite a few cars, as I always say. I'd argue I know somewhat of what a good car is, what it takes to be a good car, and this has really impressed me. Stay tuned for my first drive when I give you my honest thoughts, because these cars do not deserve all the hate they got. And the final thing is the fuel economy. Obviously for me that's quite a big thing, because I do somewhat long journeys. It's not meant to be this high mileage. I've been enjoying the car, but I do about 40 a day, 20 to 40 a day depending. So it's not massively high in the grand scheme of things, but it's enough to understand how the car works and essentially the fuel economy. As I said, I live in Eco Pro. On the app you can see the average for the country, and the average fuel economy on this is 32, I believe, which isn't amazing. Obviously you don't buy a car like this for the fuel economy. You'd get a 118D or something. This is purely for fun. The fuel economy, I was scared it was going to be like my Golf. My Golf was so bad, but these have got 7 or 8 gears. I'm not sure. I know it's got a lot of gears, and it's just better on fuel, especially for the long journeys, whereas the Golf, my Golf, had 6. As I said, the national average is like 32 to the gallon. I average 37, I think, so it's not massively above it, but I've got it up to 42 once. Not my average, but like on one trip, so it's definitely possible. It's pretty good on fuel, if I'm being honest, especially for the type of car it is. Obviously, like if you, as I said, if you want a fuel economical car, you don't get the 135i. My overall thoughts after a week is this car has really impressed me. I wasn't 100% sure. I was like, oh, it's German, 4-wheel drive, auto, I'm gonna be a bit bored. Nah, it is sick. It is really sick, and it's definitely opened the door for, or opened my eyes to BMWs. I was never the biggest fan of them. The 335i I had years ago really let me down. This is so much better, and according to everyone, this isn't even a proper BMW. So hopefully one day I can get my hands on like a F80 M3 or something, and we'll go from there. But if you have enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again. Cheers.